Are you taking the solicitor's qualifying examination? If so, this video is a practice test question to help you prepare for the SQE1 exam. In this part of the course, we're going to cover what you need to know for the SQE1 exam about how the Human Rights Act applies to acts by public authorities and the remedies people have for breaches. I will explain this in this easy to learn diagram. We will then go through this practice test question together for the SQE1 exam for this topic. To get the first part of our full SQE preparation course for free, just click on the link below. My goal is to help you prepare for and pass the solicitor's qualifying examination first time. The Human Rights Act 1998 makes it unlawful for any public body to act in a way which is incompatible with the Convention. It requires all public bodies like courts, the police, local authorities, hospitals and publicly funded schools, and other bodies carrying out public functions to respect and protect an individual's human rights. Remember that this does not only protect British or European citizens, it protects everyone within the UK's jurisdiction with regard to acts by UK public bodies. Let's have a look at an example of a deportation of a non-British national. The person will be tortured by another government upon their return or by private actors where that other government cannot provide adequate protection. In this example, the act by the British government of deporting the individual while they're in the UK's jurisdiction will not be compatible with the individual's convention rights. So this is irrespective of the fact that the person is not a British national. Section 6 reads, "It is unlawful for a public authority to act in a way which is incompatible with a convention right." Public authority includes a court or tribunal and any person, certain of whose functions are functions of a public nature. An act includes a failure to act. Judicial Remedies. Section 8 of the Human Rights Act allows individuals to seek a remedy for any breaches to British courts without the need to go to the European Court of Human Rights. It reads, "In relation to any act or proposed act of a public authority which the court finds is or would be unlawful, it may grant such relief or remedy or make such order within its powers as it considers just and appropriate." Let's have a look at a sample question from the SQE for this topic. This question was officially released by the Solicitors Regulation Authority as the kind of question that you can expect in the SQE1 exam. A non-UK national living in the UK has allegedly committed a serious crime in his country of origin. His country of origin is not a signatory to the European Convention on Human Rights. The UK government has issued an order for the deportation of the man to his country of origin. However, the man asserts that evidence will be used against him in respect of the alleged crime, which has been obtained by the use of torture. The man appeals under the Convention against the deportation order in the High Court, and the High Court accepts the man's assertion. Which of the following best explains whether the High Court would uphold the deportation order? A. It would not uphold the order because the Convention provides that member countries must secure the Convention rights for everyone within their jurisdiction. B. It would not uphold the order because the merits of deportation decisions involving the human rights of nationals from non-signatory countries must be considered by the European Court of Human Rights. C. It would uphold the order because the UK government is not responsible for how another sovereign state obtains evidence for use in criminal trials. D. It would uphold the order because non-UK nationals do not benefit from UK human rights protection. E. It would uphold the order because the man has allegedly committed a serious crime and the Convention is not intended to protect criminals? The answer is A. It would not uphold the order because the Convention provides that member countries must secure the Convention rights for everyone within their jurisdiction. Now let's go through the other possible answers and explain why they are wrong. So answer B says it would not uphold the order because the merits of deportation decisions involving the human rights of nationals from non-signatory countries must be considered by the European Court of Human Rights. Section 8 of the Human Rights Act allows individuals to seek a remedy for any breaches to a British court without the need to go to the European Court of Human Rights. So in this case, he will be able to raise his arguments about his human rights being breached before the UK court. In this example, it's the High Court. He does not need to go to the European Court of Human Rights. Answer C is it would uphold the order because the UK government is not responsible for how another sovereign state obtains evidence for use in criminal trials. Well, this goes back to Section 6 of the Human Rights Act. So we know it's unlawful for a public authority to act in a way which is incompatible with a convention right. Even though it's not the UK government that is responsible for the torture, or as in this example, relying on evidence that was procured through torture, it would still not be acting consistently with his convention rights if it were simply to send him back. As you know from the previous episode, Article 6 of the Human Rights Act ensures a right to a fair trial, and Article 3 guarantees freedom from torture and inhuman or degrading treatment. Answer D says it would uphold the order because non-UK nationals do not benefit from UK human rights protection. Well, again, this goes back to Section 6 of the Human Rights Act. It makes it unlawful for a public authority to act in a way that is incompatible with a convention right. It does so irrespective of the nationality of the individual in question. Answer E says it would uphold the order because the man has allegedly committed a serious crime and the convention is not intended to protect criminals. Well, again, this goes back to Section 6 of the Human Rights Act, which makes it unlawful for a public authority to act in a way which is incompatible with a convention right. And it does so irrespective of the criminality of the individual in question. Now, this kind of analysis may be slightly more nuanced, depending on which rights are involved. So you'll remember from the rights we covered that some of the rights are qualified. So, for example, freedom of expression, which is Article 10. This says that everyone has the right to freedom of expression. This right shall include freedom to hold opinions and receive and impart information and ideas without interference by public or authorities and regardless of frontiers. However, it's qualified, this right, because it also says the exercise of these freedoms, since it carries with it duties and responsibilities, may be subject to such formalities, conditions, restrictions or penalties that are prescribed by law and are necessary in a democratic society in the interests of national security, territorial integrity or public safety for the prevention of disorder or crime, and so on. So it mentions the prevention of disorder or crime. So it will not protect, for example, a criminal who's shouting racially aggravated insults at people on a street corner, for example, to take an extreme example. So it's not an absolute right to have freedom of expression. It's permissible to curb someone's freedom of expression in that scenario. This situation, though, with the person who's being deported is different. The prohibition on torture under Article 3 is unqualified. It says no one shall be subjected to torture or to inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. Full stop. Likewise, Article 6, the right to a fair trial, is absolute. So these articles, just like Article 2, the right to life, protect you and they're absolute. So the fact that the deportee has allegedly committed a crime is neither here nor there. The UK must protect these unqualified rights and overturn the deportation order, having accepted his factual assertions. To get the first part of our full SQE preparation course for free, just click on the link below. See you on the course.